So time to consider New Year's resolutions, right? I hear from a lot of my clients, I don't want to do that. Who wants to set a resolution and not make it and feel like a failure, right? That's the thing I hear most often from my clients. Their resistance to setting goals is their fear of not being able to achieve them. So how can we take another approach to this? What I find works is to first begin with taking a look at what you've actually accomplished. Because it's the end of the year, this is a good time to self-reflect and consider what you've been able to accomplish in all of 2017. Now, if you have been keeping a consistent record of your accomplishments, like I encourage my clients to do, this is a pretty easy exercise. But if you haven't, you'll discover that your memory really isn't as good as you think it is, and it's going to take a bit of time for you to go through what you've actually been able to do over the course of the year. So I suggest that you approach this exercise as one of quantity, not quality. Make it a contest to see how many things you can come up with on the list that you've been able to accomplish this year. Having a physical representation of what you've been able to accomplish serves a number of functions. First of all, it gives you a visual of your success. It is something that you can refer to recognize your ability and what you have actually accomplished, so that it feeds your self-confidence and reminds you you really are capable of achieving your goals. Also, it gives you some momentum so that you'll be able to maintain your efforts in the face of some of the resistance that you're probably going to experience. There's always obstacles that come along when we're trying to accomplish our goals. Okay, so then the next thing that people often do, then they sit down and identify this whole long list of things that they think they want to do over the course of the year, right? And it becomes such a long list, it's overwhelming, and starts then to look more like a list of to-dos, things that they have to accomplish. And that's really not the purpose of this at all. What, referring back to some of the research, understand that as humans we can only focus on maybe 6 goals at a time. 3 to 6 is about the maximum for people. I know from personal experience that 3 is almost too many for me. What if you chose only one thing to focus your attention on in the year 2018? What if you kept your resolution list to a single goal? And to do that, I would suggest the following question. What is the coolest thing that could happen for you over the course of this year? Thinking ahead to December of 2018, what's the most wonderful thing that you'd like to be able to sit down and write about that you've accomplished or that you've brought into your life? This is, of course, something that requires a little bit of energy, a little bit of passion, a little desire, right? You don't have to have those things to accomplish a goal, but it certainly makes it a whole lot more interesting. Identifying then what that goal is, I want you to write that down in the shortest sentence possible. That helps you maintain your focus, and it keeps you from getting sidetracked. I had a client come in not too long ago with a goal that was actually 4 or 5 sentences. It was a whole half a page, and it was really important to pare that down to understand what she really wanted to focus on. Okay, so now you have your goal written down. The next thing I want you to do then is consider what's in it for you to accomplish this. What's it going to feel like for you a year from now when you're writing this down and you know you already have it? Are you excited about going to work every day? Are you doing something that's meaningful and will change people's lives? Is it fun for you? I'd like you to ground that experience in some kind of an emotion. What does it feel like for you? And again, write that down so that you have this visual record for yourself. Then the third thing I want you to do is to develop a roadmap that includes some small wins. What are some of the things that you can do incrementally that will help you get to your goal and remind you over the course of your progress towards it that your goal really is doable, but also will give you the satisfaction of having accomplished those goals? I saw all this work recently when my client Lynn came back to work with me. We originally worked together more than 10 years ago. And recently she has completed a new degree, and now she has launched her effort to find a paying project in something that is related to this field. When she came through the door, she was looking at the whole thing as if she was looking for a job. I've met very few people in my life who think looking for a job is a fun thing to do, because she was looking at this through the lens of looking for a job. She really was having to slog through every day. We talked about her network, which she presented to me as old, worn out. A lot of people had retired. She felt like she didn't know anybody who really would be able to help her with this. And so we started with that question. So what's the coolest job that you could possibly get? What is that dream job? Waving a magic wand, you can have any job you want. It took her only a moment to get to it, and what she lighted upon was a project related to the Los Angeles Olympics of 2028. And the reason this lights her up is because it offers a convergence of a lot of different areas that she's interested in and very skilled in. The difference was palpable. We could see it on her face, and we could feel the energy. And immediately, she was looking through her network and realizing there were a lot of people she wanted to talk to, a lot of people who had first degree connections to other people who were in areas related to the Olympics. So that's what we're looking for. Remember, first of all, ask yourself the question, what's the coolest thing that could happen to me in 2018? 3, be really clear about what's in it for you to accomplish that and ground that in some kind of emotion. And then 3, offer yourself a little roadmap that gives you some small wins along the way so you can have some success and the joy of that. If you still feel like you need some help, please sign up for my complimentary 45-minute consultation and we can talk about that. But if you have come to your goal, leave that in the comments section for me below. I'd really like to know what it is that you come up with. And for you, Happy New Year 2018. Have a good time.